Those are the fans going. It's the hottest day in the UK ever. And quite literally, or at least on record at any rate. And I'm going over to Mark's. I'm just going to go pick V up. She's been getting her nails done. Great activity for a really hot day like this, because of course I'm sure they have aircon there. Right, hopefully the car will be nice and cool. Oh, delightful. Quick, let's get in. I wasn't actually planning on shooting a video today, but then I heard the fans of my car going and I thought I had to share that with you all. I might even get to fly a drone actually. For all you people that live in places like Arizona and you're just like, oh, 40 degrees, that's nothing. What are you silly English people complaining about? Try 40 degrees with no aircon. Half the shops don't have any aircon. Quite a few offices don't have aircon. And the vast majority of homes don't have aircon. And 40 degrees when you can't get away from it is a different thing entirely from 40 degrees when you've got an air-conditioned house. Or a swimming pool even. That'd be nice. Oh, love a swimming pool. Right, better get cracking. Got V. She's just doing a quick COVID test though, just to double check that she's not like, you know.
I'll get nice.
Right, we're here, obviously. You know, I really must stop sort of narrating life like that. Hi Mark.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's how you keep Parker cold.
Well, yeah, that and cabin overheat, which kicks in at 40.
Yeah.
But for some daft reason, you can't have cabin overheat when you have tilt. If you have, what's that about? What's that about?
Tilt?
Yeah,
as
if
in...
you have tilt intrusion, you can't have cabin overheat.
Ah, presumably because the vibrations from the fans will set off the alarm.
Could be. That's the most sensible description yet.
I can't think of any other reason.
But you
I
have
do
to
like your 21-inch wheels. I miss my arachnids, but I'm glad for the money, so hey. So it's not just Tesla cars that have got the fans going, it's the house batteries too. Actually, I'm quite keen on trying to get my mum to get one of those for her place. I think it could save her a fair amount of money. Ooh, yeah, I'm starving. Barbecue time. Don't know where to put my gizmos and my gadgets.
Gizmos and your gadgets.
I'll put my gizmos and my gadgets here. Ooh, ND filters for Mark's drone. Can you send me the link for these, please?
Will do. I did my homework on them, and those ones are, well, they seem the best because you can fit the standard lens cover in the case, so you can close the case with it in. It comes with ND filters and a polarizer. It's not a circular polarizer, but there's no point in having a circular polarizer because the drone's 100 feet in the air, so you can't exactly twist it, can you? Yeah, you know you can. Can't you? Sorry?
You can twist it.
No, when it's 100 feet in the air.
Yeah, you can. You can on this drone.
Oh no, okay, alright, alright. 90 degrees.
Right, yeah.
Alright.
That. No, well, that's a twist, isn't it?
Okay, I'll give you that one. I will give you that one.
Short video today. I'm going to keep it basic, fast and quick, hopefully, because you know, I'm here to have fun, not make videos. But I did want to say something on this very hot day when everyone's saying we need to do something about climate change. I was reading literally yesterday about a news story concerning rocket pollution and how, as an ever-increasing number of rockets are, you know, being lofted into space, the pollution is becoming something that we need to worry about. And they were talking about sort of, you know, the need for more research. Fully agree with that. More research, great. Where I started disagreeing with this particular article was when they started talking about the need for regulation. And the problem with that is it would be a bit like trying to regulate cars when the best car you could buy was some clapped out two-stroke that you had to turn with a crank to get started, and it did a maximum of 14 miles an hour down a hill, you know, with like wooden blocks for brakes on the wheels. You can't regulate something until that problem has been solved from an engineering standpoint. And the problem with rockets is they are not solved from an engineering standpoint. You know, we don't have reusable rockets, a reusable launch system. It's not something we have yet. So if we try and regulate for sort of the emissions and the environmental damage that it does, what we might end up doing is actually outlawing the vehicle that works. And that would be a massive, massive problem for the species and the planet, actually, because it would cut us off from being able to realize the potential that access to space, you know, holds for us. I mean, ultimately, space has got everything humanity needs. It's got space, it's got resources, it's got energy. All that we lack is the technology to go out there, to exploit these things and to bring back what we want, or send people off to live somewhere else, you know, habitats in space. I don't know. Who knows? That's the point. Nobody knows. So it would be very silly to prevent that from becoming a reality when the amount of pollution that rockets create, even with rocket launches becoming ever more of a thing. I mean, basically there's like something like 140 launches across the whole planet last year, and you know, a couple of years before that it was 70, I think, or something. So it's gone up a lot, and it will continue to go up a lot, especially if Starship becomes a viable thing. And I think that would probably be the right point to start introducing actual environmental legislation. Once you've got Starship working as a vehicle, you've got your reusable access to space, it's relatively cheap, industry can get behind it, and at that point you want to start looking at, you know, okay, we know these harms because we did do the research, it's worth doing the research, and we've got these harms and we need to mitigate them, and you know, and then industry can go and try and solve that problem, but they've actually still got a working vehicle, which is the point. So yeah, I just want to say that because, you know, I mean, I obviously think we should do something about climate change. It's a big problem. The fact that in my lifetime, you know, have noticed how the climate has changed on this island is shocking. It's not supposed to change this quickly, and it's only going in one direction. It's just getting warmer. So yeah, I mean, one of the things that I think they could do, which would make far more difference than trying to legislate for cleaner rockets, would be to make sure that every single new build comes with a battery and solar panels. Oh my God, how is this? I was discussing with my mum the other day. She was thinking, oh, shall I put some solar panels on there? And I was thinking, you know, you should put a battery in as well. You can then take power at night when there's loads of excess energy. It's much cheaper. Mark's got a Powerwall, as you just saw when we came in. It's a fantastic idea. But if you ask people to put that in after they've already built the house, then maybe 10% will. Probably not even that high, but let's pretend 10% because I like to be optimistic. That's terrible. If the government just said you can't build new houses, you can't get the planning permission if you don't have a battery and solar panels, then guess what? 100% would have it, and everyone would benefit. And yeah, it's a bit expensive. It might add 15 grand to the cost of a house, but it lowers your bills so you can afford the extra mortgage. In fact, you'd actually be better off. That's the stupid thing. Anyway, sorry, I get really frustrated about this planning thing in particular, because that is a real easy win. And the only reason the government doesn't want to do it, presumably, is because they're funded by house builders. And house builders, you see, from the house developer's point of view, there's not really an awful lot of point. You put the panels on the roof, you put the battery in the garage, and then the person you sell the house to, so you know, you put 15 grand's worth of kit into the house and then you sell the house for 15 grand more. The house builder's done a load of work, they've had a lot more to think about, and they've made virtually no extra money. Whereas, which is why they don't want to do it. Whereas, you know, the person that buys the house, they're the ones that benefit. Which is why I think government needs to step in and legislate. But we'll see.
House builders build houses, or another word for them is profit centres. for shareholders, and people buy homes. And those two things, houses and homes, are totally different things.
Well, the thing, I was looking at the numbers with Mum, and you know, you can get even now with energy prices through the roof and Russia and Ukraine and all the rest of it, you can still get an overnight tariff of 7.5 pence per unit, compared to like 30 odd pence during the day.
52% off grid today.
Nice.
And
can I show this on the?
And I had 52% off grid today, and I had both Teslas with the aircon running pretty much all day.
Why?
Because it was about 50 degrees in there. And it's
I see.
cheaper to run the aircon on the solar than it is to buy a new LCD screen, because it's in sort of 50
Because it's overheated. Yeah, that's true. And also,
that's why I did it.
you know, you've got the power. You know, it's not.
We run the house as well.
It's not a waste of power if it's your power and you're generating and making it. It's up to you what you want to spend it on.
And
right?
A bit of fire. And the monthly cost of running a 4-bedroom house with 2 Teslas, because of the solar and the Powerwall, £66 a month.
Yes.
66 quid a month to run 2 vehicles and a house.
This is the kind of point that I was trying to make to Mum, and failing somehow. You know, I mean, admittedly, she's not going to put it on a mortgage, but you know, so she'll have to find the 15 grand to put this system in. But it will chop 300 a month off her, it will chop hundreds a month off her electricity bill.
The return on investment is no longer 20 years.
Yeah, I reckon the return on investment is. Well, it depends how you think about it. I reckon the return on investment would be about 10 years, but that's the return on investment in terms of you getting your money back.
Yeah.
But you're still putting asset into the house.
Correct.
When you sell it,
Yeah.
you sell it for 15 grand more, at least.
And then stick another one on the next house.
Yeah. And don't give me this nonsense, oh, people won't pay extra for solar and batteries. Yeah, they will when they look at the power that your house is using. I haven't bought a house in the last 20 years, 15 years, where it doesn't say what the expected electricity and gas bills are. So you telling me that somebody isn't going to look at that and go, oh, hang on, this house here is 100 quid a month and this one over here is 300 a month? You know, of course they will.
Well, these guys next door are putting 128 houses in the field on the other side of that fence. And that's going to need a new substation to feed it. So why don't you, at that point, incorporate a battery storage for the development? That the people who benefit from that battery storage is everybody on the development. Everybody gets cheaper electricity because they've got their own battery. Instead of individual power walls per house, have a power pack per development. And
you could do it that way in the legislation. I wouldn't mind if they did it that way, although personally I would prefer not, because then it's a little bit like the ground lease thing, you know, the ground, you know, the leasehold, but it's a house sitting on land. The problem with communal batteries is the developer will say, great, that's fantastic, so we've got these batteries and we're selling the houses with covenants that say you have to contribute to their upkeep, and that'll be £100 a month, thanks. You know, and so the only people that will actually benefit with that system are the housing developers. And I actually don't want that. What I want is for them to do the work, right? Because they're making money building houses anyway, okay? And I'm sure they'll add a little bit on top for all, you know, for the extra work of putting in solar panels and batteries. But the ultimate people that should benefit are the homeowners, surely. I think, anyway.
10 minutes!
That'll be the vast majority of the video all sorted out. Now I just need to fly a drone and eat some yummy food. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah?
Yeah?
It was, wasn't it?
Yes, please. Thank you.
I just asked Mark to turn the music off. We're about to have a little bit of an outside evening concert. Flying the drone was amazing. Love flying that thing, it's awesome. Never flown here before. But yes, it was good fun. However, I am now going to put the camera away because we're going to play a bunch of copyrighted music, and well, you know how it goes. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video and found it interesting. If you have, remember to leave a like and share it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you don't already. Massive thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you all in the next episode of my vlog. Bye.